member for Braddon.
Thank you very much, Mr Speaker. My question is to the Prime Minister. According to the AMA's public hospital report card, since this Conservative government came to office, the average wait time for elective surgery in Tasmania has increased by 60% to 72 days. Why should patients in Tasmania needing hip replacements have to wait even longer for surgery because of this Prime Minister's cuts to hospitals?
The Minister for Health.
Thanks.
Minister.
Thanks very much, Mr Speaker. And I want to thank the member and make a very clear point. Labor don't just hate private health, they're medi-frauds as well. And there's a reason, and that is because under us what you have seen is record hospital funding every year in every state and every territory. Let me repeat, record hospital funding every year in every state, in every territory. And if you want to understand about Tasmania, when we came to office, the figure that was given under the previous Labor government at the federal level was $299 million in 2013, then to $330 under us, to $375 under us, to $387, $393, $408, $423 million, and going up and up each and every year. That is what is actually happening. Record funding under us, and each year is a record year. An interesting thing, though, is since we have come in, our funding to state hospitals has increased by 34%. How much has state funding increased to state hospitals? 10%. So we have increased funding at more than three times the rates of the states. Our funding is up $103 billion over the current 5-year period. It's at $103 billion. Under Labor federally, in the entire 6 years that they were in government, it was $73 billion. But if you say, gosh, gee, it's a little bit later in time, what is the growth rate? And I'll tell you, under Labor it was 6%, under us it's 7.9%. In other words, our growth rate is 1.9% higher than under the previous Labor government. So these people are not just haters of private health insurance, they're medi-frauds. And you know what? There was a particular document that fell into my hands. It happened to be from the Shadow Minister for Health and Medicare. It was after a meeting. I will table it, with the participation, as she says, of over 150 leading thinkers on health. Sounds a bit like the Citizens' Assembly, coincidentally exactly the same numbers. They then produced their document on their health policy. And
the member for Ballarat
with 17 pages,
no, the member for Ballarat will cease interjecting.
How much money did they commit for hospital funding? $0. They didn't contribute, they didn't propose, they didn't budget for an extra single dollar for hospital funding, not one extra dollar. And yesterday, the member for Ballarat was asked about this, and in one of those disastrous press conferences was utterly unable to commit a single extra dollar. So we've delivered $103 billion. The states, the previous government delivered $73 billion and triple the rate of growth of the states. We're making it